Hey everyone, Don here. Today we're going to be talking about Helltides in Diablo 4. So Helltides are an endgame activity that is only available in Tier 3 once you complete the Capstone Dungeon for Tier 2. If you don't know what a Capstone Dungeon is, stick around and subscribe to the channel and keep an eye for that video because it's coming out soon. So in Helltides, the entire region is awash with red. The sky turns red, the meteors start raining from above. The zone absolutely gets crazy, and it's just one of the coolest endgame events, so we're going to get into it. Helltides last for about an hour. They occur randomly, I think. So you really have a while to get into it. When I noticed my timer was at 37 minutes left, and that still gave me a ton of time to complete everything I needed to complete, get enough cinders for the chest, etc., and explore a ton of the region. So you really have a while to get into it. So when a region gets overtaken in a Helltide, the entire area becomes packed with mobs. They start to drop the currency that you get from the event, which is aberrant cinders. This is the currency for the loot caches that are spread all around the region. So the caches are chests, and like I said, they're littered around the region that the Helltide spawns in. You want to be careful traversing the region because the mobs hit super hard, and if you die, you will lose some of your cinders. Not drop them, but lose them. So it really sets you back when you die. You want to be sure to play a little safe and try to not get surrounded as you're traveling through the region. You definitely want to watch out for meteors because they do a ton of damage. They can pretty much one-shot you. In softcore. If you're playing hardcore, you absolutely want to keep your eyes peeled for those meteors because they will get you down to like 10% health or absolutely just one-shot you and game over just like that. One little tip I suggest is to go back to town often and refill your potions at the healer. It only takes a couple seconds. And also be sure to have your elixir on. That's going to help so much for this event. As a barbarian, I think the Iron Barb, Strong Iron Barb, or Iron Elixirs work best, but I'm only level 54, so there could be stronger versions of these elixirs. But you could also go for the Elixir of Demon Slaying, which is going to give you a 20% damage increase to demons. As you're going through the event, you're going to notice that there's small regular chests that drop aberrant cinders and upgraded Helltide ore deposits called Screaming Hellveins, as well as Wretched, Tortured, and Damned Souls. These are bodies that spawn near the edge of terrain. You'll notice them, you can click on them, and then they'll drop some aberrant cinders for you. It's a nice, easy way to get some extra aberrant cinders if you're having a hard time with mobs. On top of those couple extra ways to earn cinders, there are multiple elites through the map and mini-boss that you can fight, such as Kixarth on screen here. I'm assuming that they'll drop more cinders, maybe some extra materials. They'll probably have the chance to drop legendaries, etc., and items like that. I mean, it is a mini-boss. We didn't kill him because the mini-boss was level 70. We were level 50 at the time, so the boss was just running around kicking everybody's butt. And another thing, as you're running throughout the zone, be sure to keep your eyes open for Fiend Roses, which is another material that you need to be able to swap your stats on your legendary items, as well as make major and superior healing potions, which unlock at level 80 and 90 respectively. That'll be over at the Alchemist. Also with the Alchemist are 4 different magic incense that buff you and nearby players. These are what the game calls Type 1 incense, and so I'm assuming here, because I'm not sure, but you'll probably be able to make Type 2 incense as you progress further into the end game. Note that only 1 incense of a type can be active at a time. I've yet to confirm, but this seems to suggest that at higher levels, you'll be able to buff yourself with a Type 1 incense and a Type 2 incense at the same time. The Fiend Rose item won't always drop from the plant, so don't expect them every time. But sometimes, like I got lucky the first time I found a Fiend Rose plant and it dropped 3 Fiend Roses for me. So sometimes they're awesome to you. And as you're working through the Helltide, you'll want to eventually start to pick which chest you want to open as the timer starts counting down. There are, I believe, 4 different chest types to open. You get a choice of weapons, jewelry, armor, or a mystery chest. The chest can cost anywhere from 75 to 150 aberrant cinders, with the exception of the Tortured Gift of Mysteries chest. This one, I think, is going to give you a kind of like a mix of items in it. This chest costs 175 aberrant cinders and will not show up on the map until you're nearby. One thing to note is that the Torture Chest of Mysteries does in fact move from its position. I'm not sure how often it moves, but as you can see here, it definitely disappeared on us. So you really have to, I guess, be really explorative. Don't be afraid to kind of just explore the entire region. Like I said, the Helltide does last for an hour long, and they spawn randomly throughout the day. So it's not like a one-time event thing that you're going to miss throughout the week. There's multiple chances to get the Tortured Gift of Mysteries if that's the one you're going for. The only thing is, it is 175 cinders, so it can be a little hard to get up to 175 cinders because everything hits so hard. The zone is so dangerous. The meteors are out to kill you all the time. So you just have to be super alert. And I feel like if you approach every mob with your head on straight, it's not going to be too hard for you. So the rest of the chests in order of cost are going to be armor chests are going to be the cheapest at 75 cinders. Jewelry chests are next at 125 cinders. And finally, For weapons, you're going to get those chests, get to open those at 150 cinders. If you didn't know, you can open up more than one chest, so you can absolutely collect like up to 300 cinders and open up the tortured chest of mysteries for 175, and then go get jewelry for 125. If you can collect the entire almost hour of the Helltide event, you might be able to collect all 4 type of rewards. That would be absolutely amazing. There's no way I got there. I died like 3 times the first time that the Helltide spawned. I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea the mobs were going to hit so hard. Having a hard time surviving on my barb anyway. So the event is super fun though. And the only thing is you want to minimize how much you die, because when you die, you lose so many aberrant cinders, and it really sets you back and cuts into your time. So that's the biggest thing. Make sure you have your elixirs on. Make sure you go to town often, and keep your eyes out for those fiend roses, because as far as I know, Helltides are the only place to get them other than a very rare drop chance from a silent chest, and you will need them to optimize your gear via enchantments, as well as survive endgame in the form of potions and incense buffs. Every time you enchant an item, make a greater or superior healing potion, or make an incense, it will cost 1 fiend rose. So you better start farming. So just a couple tips and a quick recap for how you want to approach the Helltide. You want to make sure you're on the outskirts of mobs and the Helltide group. They hit really, really hard. I'm not joking with this one. Hit town often and refill your potions at the healer. Fight in groups, even if you're not partied. Honestly, just follow people around. People are going to be running every which way, and this event specifically goes so much better when you just group up and fight with people, especially if you run into the boss. I'm not sure if there's more than one boss in a Helltide region. There are multiple elites. There's elites scattered throughout, but I'm not sure if there's more than one boss. You want to keep an eye out for that. And if you notice that more people are joining the fight, you might have a chance of killing him. You'll have to let me know what he drops in the comments down below. Remember that you can collect more than one chest. So if you're out for, say, armor and jewelry, or jewelry and weaponry, or weaponry and maybe you don't know what else, you want to go with the tortured gift of mysteries chest. Who knows? Definitely be sure to explore and make sure you kind of map a route throughout the region, so you're not like the weapons chest is all the way on the northeast corner, and make sure the other chest you want to get is not all the way in the southwest corner. Keep an eye out for the chest of mysteries. That's not going to pop up on your map until you get close to it. So that wraps up my little guide for making your way through Helltides. Remember that Helltides is a tier 3 event, so you cannot access it if you're still in tier 2. Once you finish the campaign, you'll have access to that capstone dungeon. The capstone dungeon took me over an hour. I was doing it quite slow though, and honestly, fighting those knights penitent fresh off the campaign is a little hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little of a challenge. It's an awesome dungeon. It's an awesome fight. It was a lot of fun. So keep an eye out for that video coming shortly. We're gonna review the capstone dungeon, how to make your way through there, tips and tricks, and make your way out there. Hopefully you guys get to experience your first Helltide soon. Let me know if this video helped you. If it did, drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to check out my live stream where I'm streaming Diablo daily. Stream links are in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one.